Once again, welcome back to Obstetrics and Gynecology videos. Today, we are going to see about the breastfeeding and initiation of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is the feeding of an infant or young child with the breast milk directly from the female human breast. It's not from the bottle or from the container. So first, let us see the anatomy and physiology of the breast. If you are looking into the picture, you can see that here the pectoralis major muscles are there, and here the chest wall and ribs are there. Chest wall and ribs, pectoralis major muscles, and the outside natural skin is covering, and inside that fat deposition, these yellow color things are fat depositions, and again inside that lactiferous ducts are there, which are secreting the which are storing the breast milk, which are secreted from the lobules of the lactiferous gland. So these lobules are producing the breast milk, and it will be stored in the ducts, and it will be poured through the nipples. That is, there are certain pores in the nipples, and when the baby is sucking, it will be poured through the nipples. So each mammary gland is having lobe of the breast, which consists of single major branch of alveoli and milk ducts that end at the nipple. So each one is having the alveoli or branches and milk ducts, and it end at the nipple pore. And areola is the outer dark pigmented area around the nipple. So this dark pigmented area around the nipple, and this outer projection with pores is known as the nipple. And milk duct is the tube which carries milk from the, or which allows the milk to pass from this lobes. And alveolar cells are the grape-like tissue cells which produce the breast milk. So this is the short structure of the human breast. If you are looking over the outside part of the breast, you know that during the time of pregnancy, the primary areola and secondary areola will get formed, and the pigmentation around the nipple will become more, or the area will become more dark, and size of the nipple also will increase, and Montgomery tubercles, that is modified sebaceous glands, will develop. See in the picture, you can see these are the Montgomery tubercles. These projections over the areola, you can see those are the Montgomery tubercles. And this Montgomery tubercles will soften the nipples, and it will prepare the nipple for the breastfeeding. Now we can see what is happening during the breast milk, or how the breast milk is getting produced and how it is getting ejected from the breast. The first one is prolactin reflex or milk secretion. That is, when the baby is sucking on the nipple, this stimulation will go to the brain, and from the pituitary of the brain, it will release, pituitary gland will release the prolactin into the blood, and this will make the alveolar cells to secrete the milk from the alveoli, and this alveoli will swell and because of the production of the breast milk. And the next one is milk ejection reflex. That is, when the baby is sucking over the breast, this will go to the posterior pituitary, and the posterior pituitary will release the hormone oxytocin. This oxytocin will produce the contraction of the muscles around the nipples, and it will leads to the squeeze, or it will squeeze the nipples, and the milk will come out of the nipples, and this is known as the milk ejection reflex. Oxytocin is responsible for that. And how the breast milk is producing the same let down reflex, everything is explained once again over here. When the infant is sucking, it stimulates the nerve endings in the nipple and areola, which this signal will go to the pituitary gland in the brain to release the hormones prolactin and oxytocin. And prolactin will make the alveoli to take the nutrients, that is protein and sugar, from the blood supply, and this will get turned into breast milk. And oxytocin will produce the cells around the alveoli to contract and eject the milk, and it will let down the milk out. Or this is known as the let down reflex or milk ejection reflex. And let down is experienced. So when the milk is getting ejected, the lady can experience it. So this can be identified by active sucking and swallowing of the baby, and the milk may start to drip from the opposite breast. If you are feeding on one breast, from the other breast sometimes milk may start to drip, and mother may feel a tingling and full sensation in the breast And sometimes she may get the uterine cramps also, because oxytocin, when it is producing, it will produce the contraction of the smooth muscles, so it will produce the contraction of the muscles of the uterus also. And sometimes the lady may feel thirsty. So these are the signs of, these are the features that will help the mother to identify the milk ejection. And now we can see the 10 points for the successful breastfeeding. First, you need to have written breastfeeding policy that should be communicated by the healthcare staff to the mother, and training of all healthcare staff in skills necessary to implement this policy. So training should be needed, training is needed for all the healthcare staff, and inform all the pregnant women about the benefits and management of breastfeeding. Help the mothers to initiate breastfeeding within half an hour after birth. Show mothers how to feed, how to maintain lactation. Even they should uh, be taught how to feed the baby in case even if they are separated from the baby also. Give newborn or infants no food other than the breast milk. So bottle feed, pre-lactate feeds, everything should be avoided. Practice rooming in, that is allowing the mother to be with the infants 24 hours in a day. So this also will encourage the breastfeeding. And encourage feeding on demand. Whenever the baby needs, and allow the mother to encourage the mother to feed the baby. And we should not give artificial teats or pacifiers or dummies or soothers instead of feeding the infant. Foster the establishment of breastfeeding support groups and refer mother to them or after discharging from the hospital. So these people, whenever they are having issues, they can discuss together and they can come to a better decision if they are having connection with these foster groups. And now we can see the benefits of breastfeeding for the mother. It promotes the mother and child bonding, and it prevents the uterine bleeding in the mother after bleeding, after delivery. That is, already I have told you that the oxytocin will be producing when the baby is sucking over the breast, and the oxytocin will produce the contractions of the uterine muscles, and it leads to the proper involution of the uterus, so that you can prevent the postpartum hemorrhage to a certain extent. And this is a natural form of family planning. So this high level of prolactin, when it is getting maintained in the body, it will not allow the body to produce the ovum, or it will suppress the ovulation. So this is a natural method of family planning also. This reduces the risk of breast and ovarian cancer for the mother, and this saves time and precious expenses. No need to make the feed or no need to purchase the feed. So buying that expense, everything, even you can save the time and you can save the money also. And now we can see the benefits for the baby. It provides the best possible nutrition to the child. It reduces the incidence of cough, cold, ear infection, bronchitis, pneumonia, meningitis, and diarrhea through its protective factors, because it is giving immunoglobulins. It protects the child from colic, asthma, eczema, and food allergies. And it is essential for the optimal physical, emotional, and mental development of the child, and the child will become smarter. And how long to breastfeed? So in the initial period, the lady can breastfeed 5 to 10 minutes each breast every 2 hourly, or every 2 to 3 hours the lady should feed the baby. So that feeding duration should last for 5 to 10 minutes on each breast. So in the initial period, the amount only colostrum will be there. First 3 days only colostrum will be there, and the amount also will be less. So the frequency of feeding should be more, or the number of feeding should be more. So the mother should be encouraged to feed 10 to 12 feedings in a day, or encouraged to give 10 to 12 feed in a day. And after 1 month later, the stomach capacity of the baby will increase. So the duration of feed also should be increased. So at a time you can nurse the baby, or you can feed the baby 20 to 40 minutes on each breast, and every 3 to 4 hourly you can feed the baby. And after 6 months, or by 6 months, the same duration, the amount of milk which is needed for the baby at a time will be increasing. So give the feed on each breast for 20 to 40 minutes and feed 3 to 5 times in a day. And the contraindications of the breastfeeding: active or untreated tuberculosis, and the ladies those who are taking radioactive compounds, cancer, or those who are having cancer, and if they are taking chemotherapy or radiation, in that case we can stop the breastfeeding. And if the mother is taking illegal drugs, and in the case of HIV infection, already if the baby is having HIV, we can feed the baby. Otherwise, it is better not to feed the baby. And the proper way to breastfeed: stimulate the baby's mouth to open the mouth. In order to open the mouth, for that you can just touch the baby's mouth or nipple, mouth or lips by the nipple. So this will make the baby to open the mouth, and let the baby open the mouth wider, and bring the baby toward near to the breast, and latch the baby to the breast. So this is the proper latching position. You can see the picture over here. The baby's mouth is wide open, and the chin is touching the breast, and the cheek look flatulent. See here, you can see the lips are flanked out. The breast looked full and round, and you can hear the sucking and swallowing sound, and the nipple looked long and round after the feed. If you are attaching properly after the feed, the nipple will be looking long and round after the feeding. So this is the way of attaching baby to the breast. And how to dislodge the baby after the breastfeeding: use a little finger and press the gum of the baby, so the baby will open the mouth, and you can dislodge the nipple, or you can take the nipple out of baby's mouth. And next we can see the positions that we can use for feeding the baby. So you can give the feed in sideline position, or you can use the football hold position. That is, you will be holding the baby's head by using one hand. Otherwise, you can use the cradle hold position. You will be placing the baby in front of or you will be placing the baby on your lap, and the hands you will be holding as like a cradle, and you are feeding the baby in that way. That is cradle hold position. Otherwise, you can go for the cross hold position by holding the baby's head on one hand, and you can feed the baby on the opposite breast. This is the picture, or this picture shows the cradle hold position. And otherwise, you can go for the saddle hold position. You can make the baby to this. We can use after for 3-4 months. Initially, the baby, it will be difficult for you to maintain this position. So once if the baby has grown up little, you can use the saddle hold position. And if in case of twin births, you can use the twin football hold method. Both breast you can feed at a time, and proper support should be given for the head by using the pillows here they have given. And always remember, whatever position you are using, the back of the mother should be erect and the back should be well supported. And the signs that the baby is getting enough breast milk: if the baby is getting enough breast milk, he is contented for 1 to 2 hours after feed, and the baby will pass urine 5 to 6 times in a day, and the urine will be clear and it will be diluted. And the baby will pass yellow water stool 6 to 8 times in a day, and the baby will regain the birth after 2 weeks. So these are the signs of proper feeding. And breast milk supply can be increased. In case if the mother is not having the proper supply, we can increase the supply by frequent feeds, and even we can encourage the mother to feed during the night time also. This will increase the feeding, and allow unlimited feeding to satisfy the baby's suckling needs. And you should encourage the mother to drink sufficient amount of water, so this will satisfy the baby suckling and her hunger and thirst. So she should eat and drink sufficiently. And cultural food like ginger, rice wine are compatible for the breastfeeding. And next we can see about the milk storage and thawing. If you are not using the breast milk immediately, and if you are expressing the breast milk, no need to refrigerate it within 1 hour. But if you are using it after 1 hour, it should be refrigerated. And when you are taking it from the refrigerate, or when you are using it, you should warm the container, or you should thaw the container by keeping it in the lukewarm water or keeping it under the running water. Once if you have thawed the milk, it should be used within 24 hours. And in case if you have not used, once after warming the milk, if you didn't use it, you should not use it, or you should not keep it back in the refrigerator again. That milk you should discard. And you can see the ways of storing the milk. If you are keeping it in the room temperature, that is between 25 to 25 degrees centigrade, you can keep it for 6 to 8 hours. And if you are keeping it in insulated thermal bag with ice pack, you can use it up to 24 hours. We can keep it safely up to 24 hours. And if you are keeping it in the refrigerator, that is at 4 degrees centigrade, you can use it up to 5 days. And if you are keeping it in the freezer compartment inside the refrigerator, that is at minus 15 degrees centigrade, you can use it for 2 weeks. And if you are using a combined refrigerator and freezer with separate doors, that is if the temperature is minus 18 degrees centigrade, you can keep it up to 3 to 6 months. And if you are using upright manual defrost defreezer, that is if the temperature of the freezer is minus 20 degrees centigrade, you can keep it for 6 months to 12 months. And we can see the complications. We cannot tell that these are the complications. These are the ill effects of breastfeeding. Sometimes the lady may get the pain. Sometimes the baby may bite over the breast. Sometimes too much of production of breast milk will occur, and there is a chance for aspiration of the baby. Chance for mastitis is there if you are not treating the bited marks, or if you are not treating the crust or sore nipple properly, that may lead to the mastitis. And chance for breast abscess is there, and chance for breast engorgement is there, and chance for sore nipple is also there. All these things I have done in a previous video about the mastitis and the complications of breastfeeding. In case if you need to have the details, you please go through that video. And in case if sore nipple or cracked nipple is there, means this should be treated. And the causes for the cracked nipple or sore nipple is improper latching of the baby. That is, if you are not attaching the baby properly to the breast, that may leads to the sore nipple. And in case if the baby is having thrush, that is fungal infection is there, means that may leads to the fungal infection of the breast, and that may produce a sore nipple. And dry skin, dermatitis, and the bites from the baby's mouth, all these things will produce a sore nipple. And if you are not treating the sore nipple or cracked nipple properly, that may produce the mastitis and infection. Next, nutrition while breastfeeding. So what should be taken by the mother? Already this we have seen in the diet during pregnancy, but again when I am discussing it over here, I am giving a short picture about the diet during the lactation. So the mother is supposed to eat a well balanced diet, and she should take, or she should get additional 500 calories in a day. And in case if her diet is not providing adequate amount of vitamins and nutrients, with the consultation of doctor, she can take multivitamin and the iron tablets. And she is supposed to take 6 to 8 glasses of water in a day. And she should avoid the caffeinated drinks. She should avoid, in case if she needs, she should limit the amount. And even she should avoid the alcohol also. So thank you for watching this video. See you once again with a new video.